Good day, everybody, and welcome back to another live review by yours truly, Mr. Game and Vapes. Today, we're going a little bit back to the past again, to an old favorite that I picked up. Um, I still use it. I've decided to rebuild it just for you guys and to do a breakdown review on it. Let me go grab something just right over yonder, real quick. Alrighty. Got what I needed to. Luckily, it's just a hop, skipping away. Well, theoretically, it's no more than my book stand that I've got my gear on is no more than about 3 feet away from me. But the RDA that we are taking a look at today, that is an old favorite that I need to get a version 2 of, is the one and only Twisted Messes. This is the version 1 that I have. I've got it all prepped up, coils already cut, leads cut, and everything, and it's ready to build. So, without any more distractions, why don't we go ahead and jump down to the other camera, break it down, get some loads on, get some stats on it, build it, and let's hit it. I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty. As you can see, I have everything set up here. Nice and good. I got the RDA on my coil master so I can burn it and check the ohms. RDA is sitting on top. We got the box right here, my scissors, coils, little tool for tightening them down, and I got the cotton. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Let's see what's in the box real quick. This is the original box that the Twisted Messes came in. First Twisted Messes I ever bought. It's definitely seen better days, but still beautiful. I mean, it's got some hiccups on it here and there. This is the first setup I borrowed my brother's overhead, so this is still new to me, so please bear with me. Pretty simple box. Simple comp vape design, Twisted Messes. Got your little logo right there. Open it up. You see it's got all sorts of other goodies on the inside. Got your Allen key. I had actually taken out the spare bags, and they're at my other house down south. But we have the adapter for your 510, because this is an 810 drip tip on here. Not on this, but this is a 510 drip tip that's on the adapter. So if you want to use a smaller cap, go ahead. Then we have an extra barrel, which is pretty much the silver. Then an all stainless steel cap. Now, I have the Delrin cap on it right now, but as you can see, this is one whole piece. Sorry. This is one whole piece right here, and it doesn't come undone. Put that back in the box there. It's so weird because if you look at it from the top where this is, it looks like a bunch of ball. It literally looks like a ball bearing set. Weird. But that's the goodies in the box. Let's go ahead and toss this aside, but not really. And we'll go ahead and get started on the RDA itself. I've actually loved this RDA since the day I've got it. Beautiful design, smooth machining. I love the cap to it. I love how tall it is. and it just snaps right in. Now this will use other 810 drip tips. The only thing is the O-ring is right here and fits down into here. So the cap is fairly tight. Snaps right in. Little snug, which is how I like most already drip tips. Now, this is dual coil and single coil capable, which is nice, but I prefer to run it dual. And if you want to select which mode you want to run it in, the top cap actually spins, as you can see right there. So if you want to switch out your style for the stainless steel to put on a silver mod, you just want to unscrew that completely, and that pops right off. Simple as day. But yes, there is the off punch for single coil. So pretty much, if you want to run it single, just throw it on like that, and the other side is completely blocked off. Rotate it around, and you have both air holes open. Let's go ahead and throw it back on here. And here is the deck to it. It is a T-post 4-hole. Your most standard decks, pretty much. Now, if you're noticing that there's a different O-ring on here, that's because there is. There's a red O-ring and a black O-ring. That is because my black O-ring had started chewing itself apart. So I had to find something else to use. And surprisingly, that red one worked out perfectly. Now, and another thing I'd like to point out, this is a nice deep juice well in this thing. Freaking huge. This is about probably a good 3.5 to 4 millimeter deep juice well. I cut these coil leads at 4.5 millimeters. Almost touches the bottom. So that tells me that's a 5 millimeter deep juice well. But enough of the specs. Oh, before I forget, this is an 18 millimeter in diameter RDA, 18 millimeters by, without the drip tip, from the base to the top, right here, I'd probably say about a 20 to 22 millimeter. But let's go ahead and get these coils in here. Now these are, oh, that is actually going to work perfectly. Nice. Now these are dual, this is an 8-wrap that I have, an 8-wrap Nichrome 80 build. Get that nice and snug. There's one coil in. Now I'll pop the other one in right quick. And there we go. Both coils are in. Now we just have to adjust them. Now, normally I don't go with a larger build. I normally stick to around 6 wraps on a coil. But since these posts are wider apart, I wanted to make the coil a little bit bigger. Pull them out and adjust them. And there we go. Move this one up a little bit. There we go. I'd say it looks pretty good. Oy, damn it. Sorry. Oh yeah. It's going to hit at the coils at an angle, but still pretty solid. Actually, no, that's perfect. Hot diggity. That's right level with those coils. Oh. Don't know who's calling me from Nebraska, but no big deal. Still has a little juice in there. Let me get a flathead here. Oh, blimey, where is it? I have more freaking Phillips heads than I do flatheads. I swear I need to get rid of some of these. More surface area to cover with the flathead. Ooh, doggy. Look at that. Just a little to scrape off right here. And how about that? Them suckers are heating like the sun. Beautiful. I'll take my tool and give them one last snug. Make sure nothing came loose. Oh, look at those suckers heat up. That's beautiful. Just this one a little bit. I probably could have gotten by with at least with 6 wraps easily. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Don't worry about that steam coming off that. That's just still the vapor inside the holes. So let those cool off just a bit. Let's see what this sucker's opening out at. Spot on a 0.25. God, that's beautiful. Wow. God. Normally, I don't get that lucky, but that's, good Lord. That's actually quite impressive. Now, the mod I have actually been running this on is an old school mod within itself. I'm sure everybody who vapes has got 1 or 2 laying around the house. And when I say that, I mean an old IPV. How about that? Old IPV5. I think I had this pre-ordered back when one of my old vape shop was in town. Yeah, still works like a charm. Check atomizer. As you can see, it's had its days. Starting to get the paint chipped off the bottom. You see I've used it quite a bit on top here. But I mean, seriously, that is just a beautiful, beautiful setup. Let me just bring this back out real quick. fuller view. IPv5 with the twisted messes and the blue barrel. Now this is sitting on 75. Looks good. Looks good. Let that cool off a bit. Blow on it. Yeah, good enough. It's not searing my skin. Yeah, like that's one thing I need to be saying. God dang it. I'll get the hang of this sooner or later. Oh, crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, damn it. Oh, now I remember. Any and every product that I am showing on this, I am not sponsored by. And remember, nicotine is an addictive chemical and is not and should not be used while pregnant or while pregnant, and so on and so forth. As the disclaimer, it is an addictive chemical and has been known to cause cancer in the state of California, just like everything else. I'm not sponsored by any. I know I just said it, but I'll say it again. I am not sponsored by anybody of any of the products in this video. Which in that case, I'll go ahead and say this. The cotton I'm using is cotton bacon. Cotton bacon prime. A little too much. This is a 3.5 millimeter build I'm doing. That I've done. Just tear a little bit off the other one. Nobody can hear anything. Yep, might be a little too much. No matter, just hair it a little bit out. Set that aside. You see, that's not wanting to work very well, so I'll pinch it right there. There we go. Now I'm going to cut it right in here. So that way I still have enough room to pack to put the cotton in there. And of course, I am going to fluff it out, which is what I always do. Helps it soak it up. And the way I always like to do that, toothpick. As weird as that may seem. Straighten out the coils, fluff it out. Looks good. Now we'll trim it up a bit. There we go. Just want to let the cotton fold itself in. Just like that. Especially on this side where the lead is. Sorry, I keep getting out of frame, everybody. Alrighty. There we go. Nice and whipped up. I've got one of my memories set to 85.5. Hope my brother doesn't mind if I borrow some of this. I'm not sponsored by them. Some Mr. Vapor Dragon Nectar. Go ahead and pulse this a couple times, get that soaking in underneath the coils. Ooh. Feisty. Just the way I like it. And as deep as that juice well is, just fill that sucker. Alrighty, one more pulse. Whoo! Yeah, she's a feisty one. Alrighty. Pop the top cap back on. Let's jump up top, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alrighty, we're back up from the down on the top cam, face cam, whatever you want to call it. I'm still new to this, so don't hate me, don't judge me. Okay, go ahead and judge me. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. But that is the good old-fashioned original Twisted Messes, in my opinion. I love the thing. Now, one thing I didn't mention that I should have is this does have a little bit of a lip dome to it, but there's not much. It's just pretty much going through the air holes from the barrel onto the coils and straight through the chuff cap. Screw it in, lock it down. Let's go. Ooh, get those coils, get that cotton broke in. A little bit of cotton obstructing the coil there. That dragon fruit is strong. Whew. You let juice sit for a while, that stuff gets strong. Even for a 3 milligram, this stuff hits like it's hitting like a 6. Whew. I've always loved these small RDAs. It may be small, but this is just a standard build in this. It ain't nothing special. It's just a standard dual coil. And surprisingly, I can get this thing chugging like crazy. And this is an 8 wrap. 8 to 9 wrap. There's that dragon fruit kicking in a little bit. Small, compact, no overhang whatsoever. Nah. Small 18 millimeter. Beautiful RDA. And these things are still up and kicking. You can actually get them off Twisted Messes website. Which, let me start up a new tab here. And we will see what this thing runs nowadays. Yes, I'm over 18. I am 29. Shop. Atomizers. Oh, the original Twisted Messes. This thing is still going for $60 on their website, brand new. That's actually impressive. I figured it would have dropped. Hey, you can't beat something this good. Alrighty. Now, pros, cons, anything in between. The flavor on flavor on this with the right juice is outstanding. I love that the fact is that if you can see it there, I don't know if you can see the coil in there or not, is literally lined up with that giant airflow. So the air is hitting the coil dead center and going up and around the underneath side of it just a bit. I love that they do include the cap for your own drip tip, the 510. You can switch this without anything you like, with anything you like. It may look a little weird, but that's your choice. Do whatever you like, man. I'm not going to condone, and I'm not going to hate. I know everybody likes the different RDAs and different drip tips for it. I personally like this one because the taller it is, the cooler it's going to stay. I do like the cutouts right here to help control the heat. I do like the adjustable ring to it. So if you want to run a single coil, you can. Probably need to crank that down a bit. Crank it back down to 75. The flavor is beautiful on this, and as you can see, this thing is not afraid to chuck with the right build in it. Beautiful clouds, beautiful flavor. I do like that they have the other drip tip in there that is bolted onto this, but I'd rather much prefer to use the Delrin drip tip, so that way you're not burning your lips. Let's put a different flavor in there this time. See how it runs. This is Nom's X2. This flavor is kiwi, passion fruit, nectarine. And that cutting is just soaking it up like it's nobody's business. The downsides? I can't find any. It's well machined. It's well made. There's tons of different options in this. As I said, this is a 3.5 millimeter build, so I'd recommend that or below for your coils if you're going to plan on doing some. I would say Claptons or dual fuse Claptons would be your best bet if you really wanted to kick it up a notch. Oh. That kicks up that tangerine and that kicks up that nectarine and passion fruit like crazy. Bloody beautiful, man. I love this RDA. I got this thing, God, I can't remember how long ago, but I've had it ever since. As you can see, it still performs beautifully. The IPV, I love the matchup to it. I can't get enough of this. I do switch out a lot. I never use the same mod RDA. Ooh, getting a little toasty there. As you can see, that cotton's still fairly wicked up, but not a problem at all. I could have done a smaller build at 6 wraps to reduce the heat, because this thing is getting, woo! You could roast a marshmallow over this if you wanted to. Okay, maybe that is one downside. The bigger coils you have in there, even though you're putting direct airflow on it, it will heat up quick. I'd say that's about the only downside I can have to it. But other than that, everything else is positive. If you're starting out with RDAs and you have a small mod, the Twisted Messes would be a good start, along with, if you have a larger mod, a 24, which is what another RDA that Twisted Messes has, would be perfect. As like I said before, this is about an 18 millimeter in diameter, about 20 millimeters high, not including the drip tip, but from base to top. So final thoughts is good. All good. So that is going to wrap it up for the up close and personal and review of the Twisted Messes RDA. I had a V2. I wish I still had it. I can't remember where it's at now. I let a friend borrow it. Now, I will say this. Compared to this thing is the Cloud Chucker. The version 2 is more based on flavor, from what I've gathered, in my opinion. Load this baby up one more time. Yeah, the cotton is just soaking that stuff up. I love cotton bacon. Originally, I was a fan of cotton candy. Oh. That is going to wrap it up for me, guys. If you'd like to leave a comment in the section below, go ahead. Tell me how I did. What can I improve on? What can I do better? What would you guys like to see? If you'd like to get notified, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell for future notifications when I do a review. And I'm popping out, and I'm hopping out of here. This is Galen Loco Vaping Murphy, and I will catch everybody later, and I am disappearing in the fog. Later.